If you are a service provider or a coach and you're struggling to figure out what you should price your services or products as, then this video is for you. Today, we are going to be talking about the importance of understanding the psychology behind pricing in order to, one, get your clients or customers the results that they are looking for, provide them with the transformation that they deserve, and also get you paid. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of Unedited, where we talk about all things sales, marketing, and mindset. My name is Lauren Nelson, and I'm your favorite sales and marketing coach. Now, let's get into today's session. It will be short, sweet, and to the point because I'm coming on here. Y'all know I be doing these late night sessions, and I just really need to stop. In the new year, we're gonna do better, but I'm just happy that I'm showing up. So I digress. Let's get into it. So what inspired me to come on and talk today about price is because I see a lot of you guys, when things get hard, immediately you think about lowering your prices. Now, it's one thing to give a cute little discount, right? Like slap a nice 20 on it. It's another thing for it to be Black Friday, so you completely slice them in half. But it is a whole another thing where you are in a deep pit of despair. You think that, oh, it's a little spider. Hold up, we don't do that here. You're in a deep pit of despair. None of your marketing efforts are working, and you feel like the only way to get results in your business is by lowering the price. That's your thoughts, not mine. And I want to let you know that in this circle, in this community, we do not commoditize our products or services. We do not play in the game of racing to the bottom. That is for the birds. We don't do that, right? That's not in our vocabulary. I can't even muster up the words to say it. We don't do it. And here's why. When you start participating in the race to the bottom, people see you as every other business out here. You become a commodity. Think about toilet paper. Think about toothbrushes. Think about, I won't even say apples because the Granny Smith definitely got a one up on all the girls out here, okay? But let's think about, I won't even say water bottle because we're gonna stick with toilet paper, okay? Obviously, some people have our favorites, right? But at the end of the day, toilet paper 10 times out of 10 does the same thing. Whether it's 1-ply, 2-ply, it gets the job done. If you're out and about and you just need something to help you in that situation, you don't care what the brand is. You're like, just give me the toilet paper. That is a commodity, right? And that's what you do to your brand and to your business when you decide to lower your price because you're not getting the sales. Because you're playing in this race to the bottom, people are gonna see you in this group, and now they won't compare you based off of the value that you provide, but instead based off of the price, right? And no one wins at a race to the bottom. No one. Right? Because now they have many options to choose from. It doesn't matter if your branding is good. It doesn't matter if your messaging is good. It doesn't matter if you have extra pizzazz in your product or service, because nothing is special about you anymore. And so this is why making sure that you stick to your price and fix the rest is important, right? We talk about understanding who your target audience is. We talk about understanding how to get clear on your messaging. Make sure before you take down your price, Make sure that before you take down your price, you're asking yourself all the other questions first, because those are equally as important as, should I lower my price? Now, the second reason why you should not lower your price is because people put their time where their money is. People put their focus where their money is. So if I am paying $2,000 for a course, you know that my time, energy, and attention is going to make sure that I get the best out of this course because I just invested so much money into it, right? And we even saw this back in our college days for those of you who decided to go through the college route, right? Some people in their freshman year, they would fool around, and then either their parents would have to talk to them and be like, hey, we're not paying all this money for you to fool around, or they would have to realize if they were paying for their college, like, oh, I'm paying too much to this university or to this school to fail, to get bad grades, right? And so then once it clicks, you realize, oh, if I'm putting in the money, which is also my time because I worked for this money and I'm investing it here, I need to get something out. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I get something out of this, whatever it is that you paid for. And the same thing goes for your business and for your customers. Your goal as a service provider and as a coach is to get your customers or clients the transformation. Now, how can we make sure that our clients and customers' minds are in the game? How can we make sure that they are going to do what's necessary outside of our service to make sure that their service is worthwhile and that they can build off of that? And it's by charging them high prices. If people are only paying $1 for your service, it doesn't take that much of an investment from them. It doesn't take much energy. They're like, I don't care, I just paid for this, it doesn't matter. And I even noticed that when I very first got started, like I would charge $900 for my services, and I would have some people literally pay and never come back, y'all. So, oh my gosh. Like, it's cool, but it's not cool when the goal was to get transformation so I could keep talking about the transformation I was providing. But to some people, $1,000 was like, oh, this is nothing. Like, I can make this again and again and again at my job. So they would pay it to me and then never come back. Even when I reached out, no response. And I'm like, what's the problem? So I had to raise my prices. I had to make sure, okay, when people come to me, it's not just a quick bag, but it's an investment, right? It's more of an investment than if they were to do it by themselves. Oh, something got my eye. And so that's why it's so important to understand, one, who you want to target, and make sure that the transformation is big enough that they're willing to commit to what it is that you're trying to get them to accomplish, okay? And then the next thing that I want to touch point on in regard to just overall commitment from your client or your customer is that you make sure that you're communicating to your clients and customers the alternatives, and also that you're positioning your messaging to communicate to the customers who know that you are not God. And let me break this down. The customers who don't want to pay a lot expect quick returns. They expect unreasonable returns, meaning they expect that they don't have to do anything on their end. Now, mind you, this is completely different if that is what you're offering, right? But it's one thing to go to college, right? You go to college, and let's say this program is like, we'll teach you how to do X, Y, and Z. They teach you how to do that. But once you learn that, you have to go apply for the job. You have to learn how to do interviews. You have to learn how to create your resume. The university's job was to teach you the skill set, but then you have to do things on your own time. Outside of that, you have to learn how to personally develop yourself. You have to develop good reading habits, good study habits. There's so many things outside of the actual curriculum that you have to develop, but if a student came in and only focused on the curriculum, they would come out and they would not be ready for the real world. But the students who focused on developing themselves, getting into different organizations, started to volunteer, worked on personal development, practiced good study habits, read books, connected and networked, all these things. This was such a good example. All of these things is what made a quality student who got out of college and was ready for the job market and who excelled. But when you don't have clear enough messaging and you speak to your customers in a way that doesn't communicate to high achievers, and then two, people who are driven and ambitious and willing to go above and beyond to get the results, then you'll keep attracting people who are mediocre, who wants you to do everything for them, who wants you to do the personal development for them, who wants you to basically take their whole life and just give them money because they don't feel like doing the task. They haven't committed in their mindset, in their mind, to do the work that's necessary. And whether they finish your course or your program or do your service or not, they won't do what's necessary on their own to get the full transformation. And that is where the problem lies. And that is why you need to commit to your high prices, because when you charge high, people's time and energy will be invested into getting the result. People are more committed. If it's $2, we don't care, but if it's $2,000, oh, you better believe we're paying attention. And again, I'm not saying just charge without focusing on the value that you provide. 100% your value needs to be equal to the level of service or the product that you are providing to your client. Do not get me wrong. They should be able to get something out of it. They should come out of your program, from your service, or have experienced your product and feel 10 times better. That's a guarantee. That is what should be happening. However, for the people, this message is specifically for the people who do provide high-end transformations, get their customers actual results, but still want to bring their prices lower. This message was for you. So I hope that you were able to get something out of it. I hope this inspired you to, one, raise your value and raise your prices, because the more you raise your value and your prices, the bigger the transformation will be, because the more committed people will be to getting actual results. And that's what we're all about. And that's how you get more clients, and that's how you get more money. Okay? So with that being said, I love you guys so much. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.